Okay, y'all. So I did not realize that I literally ordered um, this phone stand that I'm currently using for this video, and the lighting that I use for this video, I ordered it on, I think, Monday. And y'all, I'm cleaning up my room and I found another one that I got in the summertime. So I'm so mad at myself that I didn't even look at it. I didn't even look. So I'm actually gonna test this one out later to see which one I like better. But I'm about to set this up real quick. I got this from Amazon, and it is LED key light. Yeah, I could be busting myself upside the head right now because I sure enough didn't even realize that I had one. So let's just see how this one works. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'll be guessing whenever I'm setting something up. If I don't have to look at the instructions, I will not. That sounds so bad, but I ain't got time. So I sure enough do. I just be like, let me see what looks like it works. So okay, so this is the bottom. Okay, and this part goes here. So I'll be screwing this in here. So anyways, y'all, earlier I was talking about spirituality, and I had mentioned the eczema blemish that was on my forehead, but that's what led me to talking about spirituality. So I want to kind of finish up what I was saying about that. So something I was not aware of is that when you go into your spiritual journey and you start working with other people to help you along the way, you can actually inadvertently merge consciousness with someone, and you can inadvertently begin to feel or experience some of the same things that people you connect to are going through. So if you are a clear, and I can't remember what this psychic gift is called. I think it might be clairsentient, where you can feel what someone else is experiencing, or your body will tell you, you know, you'll like feel it in your body. Like, so let's say someone has a heart condition, but they don't know about it. You can feel it in your heart to let them know what they're experiencing. Like, hey, have you been having some shortness of breath? Have you been feeling like, you know, your blood pressure is a little high? Have you been feeling like you are fatigued easily? So you can start saying all of these things just because you can feel it in your heart, your physical heart. So to get to eczema, my sister ChiChi, I don't think that she would mind me sharing this story, but she has eczema, and we early last year, we were doing a lot of spiritual work together, and we still do. Like we do a lot of spiritual work together, but we know better as it relates to like certain things we can do, certain things we can't do, certain things we can share with one another, and certain things are just for us to keep to ourselves. And so and of course it is a journey, and hopefully this noise from me putting this together is not interfering with the sound of this video. But long and short, she had put me in her in a place, you know, to just give me some comfort, just get me because I was sick with COVID at the time. And so she like put me in this place spiritually, just to help me heal. And when I tell y'all, I woke up the next day and I was like, what is this mark on my head? It keeps itching. And then she woke up and she had a sore throat. So it's not funny, but it was funny. I mean, it's funny now, but at the time we were like, what is going on? So basically, with her helping me with the healing part, she started feeling my symptoms of COVID, and I was feeling her dang on eczema. So, and y'all, this was like a whole year ago. Like, this was January of 2024, okay? And I had like little small bouts of eczema in my life. Nothing ever really like serious, and nothing ever on my face. And I said, this girl done gave me her daggone eczema on my forehead. So it was just something, you know, now it's kind of a funny, but back then we was both looking at each other sideways like, girl, how did I get your dang on COVID symptoms and you got my daggone eczema? Like, what is going on? So yeah, that was something that we just were not aware of at that time. She had been on her spiritual journey for I want to say maybe 4 or 5 years at the time, and then for me, I was only on the journey for about 3. So you know, still fresh and new, and it's still fresh and new. I think every day is like fresh and new anyway. Just in terms of finding things out, like not really knowing a lot about this journey, and discovering something that we hadn't ever experienced before. So I always caution people, you know, whenever I do a reading with someone, to really just be mindful of the people that you attach yourself to while you're on this journey, because you're an open vessel in the beginning, because once you become enlightened, it's like your light shines so brightly, and it's like everything in the spiritual realm, good, and I don't want to say bad, but I'll just say the dark and the light, okay? So those that are higher vibrational beings versus those who are lower on the vibrational spectrum, they will still be attracted to your light. So you have to be very careful with who you communicate to, what you communicate to them about, and attaching yourself, you know, to them, because you can merge your consciousness without even realizing it with somebody else. It's just like when people talk about like soul ties and things like that. I'm gonna move this camera because I do see it shaking a little, so hopefully that will fix that problem. Yeah, so again, I would just caution people, really be careful about who you associate with while you're on this journey. Everybody isn't going to make the journey. Like, I just want to be upfront. Everyone is not going to make the cut. And that's because you are ascending to a higher dimension, a higher state of consciousness, a higher way of living and being. And not everyone is going to be ready for that journey. And so you just have to be open and accepting, you know, while you're on this journey, to things being different, people looking different, experiences being different in your life, because it is just something that will come along on the journey. So be ready for it. And there are going to be times where you're not going to want to let go of a lot of the things that you used to enjoy. A lot of the people that you used to really love being around. Um, One thing I noticed was, especially like being really, really new on the journey, um, I was just like they call it like the fool card in the tarot, where you are just like so excited. It's something new that you are experiencing. You really want to share with the people that you care about and that care about you. You want to share it. You want to just scream from the mountaintops. I've seen this even when I was baptized as a Christian, um, and wanting to share share that with people, and it was like you would get the kind of like, oh, so you only wanted to be around me when I was not saved. Like, we can't be cool because I'm saved. You know what I mean? Like, so, but you'll get that reaction from people even when you're on a spiritual journey. I don't ascribe to any certain religious sector at this point. I would say yes, if you look at like the doctrine that I believe in, and the principles that I live by, and the values, that value system is mostly embedded, within Christianity. But I am more spiritual in that I don't conform to the religious indoctrination part of Christianity. So I do believe in Jesus Christ, and but I'm very fluid when it comes to spirituality. So I do believe that there are truths in every religious belief system, but there are also some misnomers as well. For me, this is my truth. I'm not shaming or anything like that when it comes to however you decide to embark on your spiritual journey path, whether that be through a religion or just being spiritual. That is anybody's choice of their own. But I'll speak for myself on the spiritual journey part, which I didn't know, going back to that forehead mark, but the eczema, is that when you're doing some work for someone else, especially spiritual work, you have to protect your vessel. They have to protect their vessel, so that you guys are not picking up on one another's ailments. That's the thing. Okay. So yeah, that was just something that I thought I would share with you guys. When I was doing my makeup, it made me think of that, and I was like, oh, let me tell them about this. But today is just a really, just kind of laid back day. I had done my baby girl's wound care, and made her some breakfast and stuff, and just, loved on her. I asked if she wanted to watch a movie, but she's not, she's just really tired, to be honest, because the antibiotics are so strong. So she was like, no, I just really want to go back to sleep. So she's sleeping right now. But one thing I thought was really odd was that, let's that thing over. One thing I thought was really odd was on the day that I took my daughter I took her and her sister to their dad's house. My son was already there, and when this unfortunate incident happened to her, oh my God, y'all, I'm so sorry. ADHD kicked in a little bit, so, and my OCD is like, okay, I need to clean up this mess. So I'm doing that right now. All right, sorry. So this is all set up, thank goodness. But yeah, like I was saying, so I took her to her father's house, and that day I was cleaning up. I was at my desk, and I had some pictures of the kids on my desk, And I took a picture of this picture of her when she was, I think she was only like, she was about 11 months in this picture. Yeah, she was about 11 months in this picture. And so adorable. This is my twin, y'all. So she had like the biggest dimples and the brightest eyes, you know, and she still does. So anyway, I sent her this picture before this incident, which happened on Saturday, with her being bit by the pit bull in her face and on her arm and her wrist, and claw marks on her neck. So it was very, very brutal, very traumatizing. So I am using, you know, some therapeutic techniques, but I also don't want her to bypass it either. So I'm helping her work through just feeling through the emotions, because you know, I don't want her to compartmentalize what happened to her. So it's just, you know, again, it's still very fresh. Today's only Thursday. Excuse me, I'm messing up my makeup because I don't really wear a lot of makeup. But anyway, so I'm just, you know, really working with her through that. And I know it's going to be a journey for her. But I kept questioning, like, why would this happen? Why did this happen to her? Like, you know, she doesn't do anything to anybody. She's a loving child. And really, she was literally just lovingly petting the dog, and it was unprovoked. And so, you know, my intuition, again, to go back to the other video that I shared about it, before their dad purchased the dog, when I saw that image of a pit bull, I immediately told him, don't get a pit bull. You know, and I don't want to spend too much time being in that space of anger. It happened, he got it. And you know, just when someone, I'm not saying that he did this, I'm just saying in general, when it comes to spirituality, sometimes we see a vision, we hear something, we tell someone else, and it's like it's disregarded, or put off. And that's one thing that I'm still working through. I'm still working through, you know, when I share something with someone, like a warning, or just sharing information in general, and then it's like bypassed or ignored. And then even for myself, even me ignoring my own hunches and leads on things. It's just, this experience is teaching me to be even more vigilant and more firm on my intuitions. I had a meditative session like 2 weeks ago, and when I was meditating, the first thing when I closed my eyes, I saw an animal come towards me and like bite. It like bit me, and I was like, what the hell? And then I was like, that was really weird, because I do a lot of protection work before I go into meditative sessions. And sometimes there are lower vibrational entities. And if I'm speaking above your head on this, I'm sorry when I'm speaking about all of these things, but I just have to kind of get it out. But I may, I do the protection work. So I do like a selenite circle around myself, you know, ask for permission to use a selenite wand. I do a selenite circle completely around me in a 360 on the floor, and I sit in the meditative circle, you know, and I use sage and Palo Santo to clear the energy and to make sure that there's, you know, nothing low vibrational around me. And so I did all of the things that I normally do, and this happened, and I was like, why would I see something like this? But again, you still see dark and light regardless of the protection work, but that's just more of for you to it could be a heating like that was, which I didn't realize until I made this connection yesterday. So the animal like came at me and it bit me, and I was like, you know, and it scared me, and I was like, what the hell was that? And then towards the end of that meditative session, I just blurted out my daughter's name, and I was like, so I immediately ran to her room. This again 2 weeks ago. I ran to her room. I was like, are you okay? Is everything okay? She was like, I'm fine. You know, she's looking at me like, Mom, what are you talking about? So, and then, you know, like that, the next day I was kind of like looking after her, and then I completely forgot about it. I completely forgot about this. I was like, okay, she's fine. Like, and then this happens. So sometimes we will get these warnings, but we don't, you know, take heed to them. And honestly, even though, again, like I said in the other video, you want to take your child's pain away from them. You don't want anything happening to them. But this unfortunate situation, you know, we don't know why these things happen, but it did. But we just remain grateful that God spared her life, and that she has come out on the other side of it. And so that is what I'll remain grateful for. But there was another thing that happened before that, which was 2 days before that incident. I had a dream, and her dad was in the dream, but we weren't together. And I was just like, why was he in my dream? But he was in my dream, and then later in the dream, there was a plane that flew up in the air, and it immediately crashed. But then I saw everybody getting off the plane, and everybody was fine. Like, there wasn't anybody, no casualties or anything like that. So that, in retrospect, right? Because I didn't get that dream interpreted. My brother does dream interpretations. And I did text him that day to ask him what that, I asked him like to interpret a dream, but he didn't get back to me until like after it already happened. And again, please don't take that like I'm blaming him. It's just, it is what it is, right? Series of events. But after the incident happened with my daughter, it made me reflect back like, oh, this was what that dream meant. She was at her father's house, because again, he was in my dream. And then an accident happened, but there were no casualties, right? So, yeah, so even, you know, when you embark on your spiritual journey, Spirit will try to talk to you through your dreams, through your meditative sessions, and even just a vision, or you will hear the voice, you will hear Spirit speaking directly to you. I hear it through my heart space. Sometimes I may hear it through my ear, my physical ear, but mostly it feels like it's something that just kind of comes into your body and your heart. At least that's been my experience. So yeah, so that's today's little tidbit about that. Maybe later I will hop back on to vlog a little bit more about today. But for right now, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you. And if I do get back on, I will use this light to see if it works a little bit better than this one. But I like the fact that the stand that I'm using right now is it goes all the way up to like 5 feet and a couple of inches or something like that. So or 5 feet 4 inches. So I like this one because I'm sitting on my bed right now, whereas this one, I would have to have it plugged up because I don't think it goes any higher than this. I think this is like, so this is pretty short. This would be like a desk. I would have to like put it on my desk or something like that. So I'm probably gonna like this one better, but we'll see. Stay tuned. All right, everyone, as promised, I'm recording using that stand that I put together earlier today, just to see if it's a better lighting situation. So I'm testing it out with you guys, and when I looked at it myself, I was like, ooh, this lighting looks a little harsh. So I probably won't be using this one. And if I do, it'll probably be not in this bedroom, maybe somewhere else. I had my recessed lighting on at first, but it was just clashing with this lighting. So we'll see. We'll see what it looks like once I start editing this video. But today was super busy. I did not get to drag you guys along for the rest of the day, but my daughter had gotten sick from the antibiotics. It was just like really, really harsh on her stomach. Today's the last day. And so we just had to kind of grind it out and, get her all settled in, and she's sleeping again. So she's just getting some rest. She's so tiny. And it's just a lot of harsh medication for her body. But anyhow, so after that debacle, the younger kids, I had to pick them up from the bus stop, and then we went to the grocery store, and got dinner and everything. And then I came back home, got them all settled with dinner, and helped the two younger one with their youngest children with their homework. And then I started going into the YouTube studio, making some changes and edits to some other videos that I had already posted, putting some thumbnails up. So I am, I'm very new to this, so just bear with me as I grow this channel from the ground up. And I just wanted to close it out. Like I said, as promised, I wanted to use the lighting and see how you guys like this lighting versus the lighting that I was using before earlier today. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. That keeps the channel going. And please support my sister ChiChi's channel and her vlogging that she's doing right now. It's pretty dope. I have checked it out. I love it. Love the content over on Astrofluent Kulture on the YouTube channel. So I will put a link to that page in the description of this video as well. And again, she and I will be working on doing some podcast work together for the LoveitorLeaveit podcast in the near future. But right now we're just doing some solo projects, getting these things out right now to everybody that is on high demand. So we are definitely working on our purpose at this time. So again, the book, Love's Art, Bianca and Kenny's Love Affair, by Rashida, yours truly. That is again on Amazon.com and is available in ebook and paperback format. And I love you guys so much. I am going to take a shower, wrap my head up, and get into bed because I'm tired. Love y'all. Bye.